Okay. So first off, we're just gonna start with the simple, different control commands, okay, guys? Yes,
Okay.
alright. So, one of the easiest ones is P. Press P. That will remove your HUD. This is a special thing that you do for challenge videos, for if you want good screenshots, and if you do it at the start of the round, it will show you the spawn area, which is basically the spectator's room, and you can look around and see all the people in dark forms all around you. It is a fun tool to use, but not very helpful in gameplay. Alright, next tool, let's go with another basic one, which is the radio. So I'll give us all beautiful radios. Let me just request one for you, and you get a beautiful radio, and you get a radio, and I will get a
get a
radio.
beautiful radio.
Alright, so, take out your radios and hold them in your hand. Now, you see that radio in your hand? You can actually change the range of it by clicking left click.
Oh.
Left click changes the range. So there's 4 different types of ranges. There's SR, MR, LR, and UR, which is small range, medium range, large range, and ultra range. So this will determine the distance that you can talk to other players with the radio. Now, this does not still let you talk between different floors. So for example, you cannot talk to someone in heavy when you are in light containment. You cannot talk to someone in on surface when you're in like entrance, and another special one is nuke room. You cannot talk to players in nuke room. It's basically a separate like room. All right. Now, another thing is, you can talk on the radios even without holding them. So put them in your inventories. This magical key to talk on them is pressing V, so put them away. Yeah. So as you can see, you can just press V to talk to each other, and this works the same, and if you ever want to change the range, you can. Now, there's another thing that you can do, which is instead of just left-clicking, you can actually, instead of dropping your radio, hold on to radio and hit right-click, and that turns off your radio. So you won't hear anyone being a fecking annoying feck on the radio. Yeah, so that's another thing that you may not know from Secret Laboratory.
That's so cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I knew you didn't know that. That's why I'm trying to teach you this.
I didn't even know you could change it at all.
I know, a lot of people don't know because they don't tend to do it. Alright, now, next up on the list is if you want to have the radio open and be able to hear players, but also mute the annoying feck that's on the radio, like, who's just being like a mic spammy little, but not getting muted by staff or something. So to do this, you press N. That will open the player list, and from there, you can friend people by clicking on their profiles. You can click mute, which is the audio icon. You can click that, and you can also report players if they're being like really bad or cheating or something. That is a very handy tool. It's very great to do, but if someone is actually mic spamming or breaking a rule, you know, inform the staff, they'll handle it and server mute them. Alright, now, next item that we are going to teach you about, or I am going to teach you about, is the magical and amazing iPad. So, the iPad actually has more of a use than just putting them in the weapons manager station, which a lot of people don't know about at all. It's kind of weird why people don't know about this. Alright, so to demonstrate, pick up some ammo on the ground, guys. Just pick up some of the chaos ammo. Alright. Now, for example, if you had a friend who was missing a type of ammo for a gun, take out the iPad and hold it. Now, if you read on the front of the iPad, it says use any arrow key to begin. So press an arrow key, and it will open up a new menu. In this menu, it shows you the different types of guns. The COM-15, the Project 90, the Epsilon 11, the MP7, the Logisser, and the USP. Now, it also tells you exactly how to drop said ammo. So if your friend needs, say, for example, some Logisser ammo, then you give him some space, you hit the right key, and you drop all your Logisser ammo on the ground, and look at that. I have now a pile of Logisser ammo at my feet that my friend can pick up and reload their gun from.
That's
Isn't that cool?
Awesome.
Yeah, so if your friend ever runs out of ammo, you can give them some ammo from that, if you have the ammo.
What does it mean by available customizations?
It tells you, it basically gives you a bunch of information. Like, the Weapons Manager tablet is actually really helpful. So, it tells you, like, the ammo type, the reserve ammo, the magazine capacity, the max damage, effective damage, shots per second. And then, what else can you do? Select is right arrow key, back is left arrow key. Navigate up and down arrow keys. Yep, that's it. So, if I select, like, Logisser... Yeah, that's basically it. They're basically for dropping ammo to your friends, and upgrading on the weapons manager stations, of course. Alright, is that good?
Yeah.
Alright, awesome. You've now learned about the iPad and the radio. The next item that a lot of people don't know much about is grenades and flashbangs. Now, you'd be surprised, because grenades and flashbangs get used constantly and consistently, and people have them all the time, yet a lot of people don't actually know how to use grenades and flashbangs very efficiently, or even how they work. So, how a grenade and flashbang work is basically, watch this. If I press right click, if I press left click, I'm gonna throw it a far distance. So if I aim at like a kind of catapult angle, I can throw it super far. Look how far I can throw it. That's left click.
Wait, what?
That's a left click throw. Yes, that's a left click throw. Now, watch if I use a flashbang, and I actually, this might blind you guys, but watch how far it goes from a right click throw.
Okay.
You see the difference between one and the other?
Yeah.
Are you blind?
Yes.
So if there's grenades on the ground somewhere, you can set up traps basically, because when you throw this live grenade, everyone back off. I'm going to put a live grenade in here. See, there's 2 grenades in there? I'm throwing 1 grenade in. Now that grenade, when it goes off, will activate the other 2 grenades. Watch. Stand back, guys. You will take damage from the other 2. Stand back. See, it activated the other 2 grenades now.
Damn.
Yeah, so live grenades set off other grenades. I'm going to give everyone medkits. By right, run, door. And see how it places it directly at the door? See how that was placed directly at the door instead of, like, far away?
Yeah.
Now watch if I left-click. See how that's not directly at the door? See how that one was not directly at the door is over here instead of at the door itself? So the difference basically is, if an SCP is far away from you, and they're, like, coming a long distance, you want to left-click so there's a bounce backwards towards the SCP. But if they're right on your arse, you want to right-click so it drops at the door, and when they come to open the door, they'll get blown up by the grenade. So we've done radios, we've done grenades, we've done just basic juking now. So yeah, basically what you want to do when being chased by SCPs is run to a door and close it while going through the door. It's a really simple thing, and it's what most good players learn how to do. So let's see you guys try to do it. Someone run through this door and close it while running through it. Let's see if you can do it. Go. Run through the door and close it at the same time. Yeah, see, like that. Perfect. Okay, that guy messed up. Someone else go. Right, running through the door and closing it.
Okay.
Piper, you messed up again. Remember, it's E to close the door. E to close the door. Yep, you can try. Alright, get a little bit of a head start, and then run through and close it.
Dog, get behind me. Get behind me. Are you ready?
Alright, go.
Go.
Alright, see? He was able to run through the door like that. So, another thing that Piper didn't know about is, when you open your inventory, you can still move around. Like, open up your inventory, guys, press tab, you can still run around. So when running away from an SCP, as long as you don't have amnesia effect on you, you can change items while running still. Like, I can switch to a gun, a medkit, I can switch to a flashlight while running, which Piper didn't know about, so now you know, Piper.
Okay, wait, can I try again?
You want to try closing the door? Alright, Piper, try again.
Make sure to, like, track your mouse to it.
Yeah, make sure you track your mouse to it. Run through it, Piper. Yes! Alright. Now, alright, pause for a second, guys. Pause for a second. Yeah?
But how can you turn off the thing that you press shift and tab and Steam comes up? How do you turn off that?
There's a way to turn that off. There's a way to turn that off on Steam. I haven't actually turned that off for myself, because I've just learned how to time things absolutely perfectly.
Oh, I
No, like, I'll be running,
I don't want
and then I'll do...
I know how.
I don't like...
Okay, I know why I don't mess it up. It's because I use my left finger to click shift and click tab. So basically, while sprinting, I'll stop for half a second, just hit tab, and then keep running, basically, normally. See, so okay, the way to make that work, though, is basically you jump in the air. Because jumping gives you a slight amount of a momentum. So watch this. See if I stall a bit. So I'm sprinting like this, right, guys? I'm sprinting, and then I open my inventory, and I'm still sprinting. Look, my inventory's open, I can switch items. Like that, boom, I have a gun now in my hand.
like, maybe half a millisecond.
Yeah, it takes like a millisecond. Like, I can still sprint and jump like this, and watch, I'll switch to a medkit. There, medkit. Look at that, I can just continue jumping and sprinting, and I've got a flashlight in my hand now. Like, it takes a little bit of time, and it makes you slightly slower, but that millisecond you can usually make up. Yeah, basically, what you want to do is jump when you're switching your inventory. So you press jump, and when you're coming down on the downwards of the jump, that's when you open your inventory. So it's like sprinting like this, I'm jumping around, and switch item. And jumping around, and switch item. And keep jumping around. See, that's how you basically do that.
Yeah.
Now, I want to teach you guys
So
how
do
the
you
doors
wanna
work.
clear items?
Can someone else clear items and ragdolls and stuff? Just clear it.
Okay.
Yeah, just clear it while I show something here. Alright, so, you see this door, guys? You'd think there's nothing special about the doors in Secret Lab, but there is! There's something extremely special. Do you notice how this door closes? It only closes from one side. It's closing from left to right. And on the other side, it would be closing right to left. So this is one of the key things. When juking through this door, what you want to do is a movement of coming at a slight angle on the right-hand side, because this gives you the most space and the most time to actually teleport through the door. It's coming from the right-hand side and going around like this. So what you want to do, Piper, for example, juking through the door, run at the button itself. Actually, don't run into the door. Run towards the button, press the button, and go through the right-hand side. Because it's the best side to go on. When it's going this way, you run over to the left-hand side. So it's basically a quick look from the button, run into the button, and go to the left-hand side, and you'll run through. When sprinting, it works perfectly. You run through.
Gun dealer.
Now, the problem with this is in light containment. So I'm going to take us to light containment and show you something that's different. First, I guess I'll show heavy, because it's the same thing, but I want to show you light containment after. Alright, let's go to heavy containment zone armory. Oh, I teleported the wrong guy there. Alright, hello.
Hello.
There.
Alright, welcome to heavy containment. Now, you see how these doors, they're the exact same as entrance? Are they? Is there the same thing? Look at it.
There's
No.
two.
No,
They
There's
come
two.
from two sides.
Yeah, they come from both sides, which means going on the far right-hand side is no longer better. You don't want to go straight to the right-hand side or straight to the left-hand side because they come from both sides. So for these kind of doors, it's best to go straight through the middle. So running through the middle is actually the fastest way. So you want to run a bit to the right and then go through the middle. So kind of running to the left. It's still you want to run kind of away from which side the door's going to close on faster. So if you're running to a button on the right-hand side, then you turn left to kind of compensate for it. So right, turn, and then left. Alright guys, so for this next lesson, it's something simple. A lot of you probably will know it, a lot of you probably won't know it. So we gotta find a generator for this. Okay, class, listen up. You see this generator here. Now, I'm gonna teach you how to deactivate a generator, because a lot of people actually don't learn how to deactivate a generator. It took me forever to actually learn how to properly deactivate a generator when it was activated. So I'm gonna open it up. Alright, now I'm gonna put an iPad in. Now, see how it's working? Okay, hey, don't deactivate it. Don't deactivate. I need to show them. Back up a bit, guys. Back up a bit. I'm gonna give everyone a flashlight, you know. Let's just give everyone a flashlight to hold. There you go. Everyone has a flashlight now to see this clearly. Alright. So see, once the generator is active, if you're an SCP, to turn it off, all you gotta do is, you see this big red cancel button? You just hit E on that button and it will cancel the generator. It's a simple thing, but a lot of SCPs don't know where that button is because they get confused of the giant box. Nothing else matters but this one red cancel button. So press E on it and it will cancel it. See, it's simple and easy to cancel a generator. So it's very helpful to do. Now, this also keys into another location known as the nuke room. So let's head down to the nuke room. Alright, so when the nuke is turned on, to turn on the nuke, of course, you pull this lever and then it will be activated. But when the nuke is going off, you don't pull the lever to deactivate the nuke. You press this button. When the nuke is active, you press the button to disarm it. So, for example, right now, yeah, if I arm the nuke and set it off like that, then you want to press the button to turn it off. Okay? It's not the lever that turns it off, even though it says on and off,
Okay.
it's the button that actually turns it off. A lot of people
I
don't know
think I've
that,
done
and it sucks
that.
when they don't know that, and SCP just stands here and watches us all die. If you didn't know, every round, 096's room spawns with Lieutenant card inside of it when you open up with a Scientist card, and you can take that Lieutenant card as a guard, or as a D-class, or as a Scientist, to escape to surface. If you escape, like, Containment Zone with, like, a Zone Manager or something, and a Scientist card, it's one of the best cards to take. A lot of people don't know it exists in that room. As well as there's a guard card in the nuke room that spawns, so if you ever need to get through entrance and need to get into, you know, entrance zone from heavy zone, there's a guard card that spawns inside the nuke room on the shelves near the button. There's a bunch of shelves. It'll be right there if someone hasn't taken it yet. So yeah, you can use that too. Those are just basic tips that people will learn over time, general knowledge. I
Wait,
think
so-
that's pretty much everything other than upgrading your gun
Star?
on a weapons manager tab station. Yeah?
I've seen cards in the bathroom before. Do they actually spawn there, or? Is
Okay,
that
so
just
in light
something
containment,
like
there's a
that?
bunch of different spawns where cards can happen. For example, GR18 has a chance of having lockers spawn it. 173's room has a chance of having lockers spawn it. And in those lockers, there's a random type of loot between, like, pills, janitor cards, scientist cards, and zone manager cards. You can also have coins spawn in it, or flashlights spawn in it, because we have those items as well. And that's where you can collect them. A gun sometimes spawns in 173's room, or in the middle of GR18, or sometimes at the bottom of O12. There will always be a zone manager at the bottom of O12. There's just basically locations where stuff spawns. So in the bathrooms, they spawn on the, like, toilet, they spawn on the sinks, and they can spawn on the floor. Cards can spawn there, in those locations. Okay?
Nice.
Yeah, so there's basically a base set out of different spawn areas where stuff can spawn. Same with, like, for example, this. A medkit thing spawned here. This didn't have to be a medkit. This could have been a generator instead of a medkit. And over here, there could have been an SCP item box that you could have got like a cola or something from. The map is always randomly generated, though each map has a set thing. There's only so many maps that are spawned in and stuff. Like, there's a certain speedrunning map that you can speedrun the facility in under 2 minutes. It's a great map. I've used it before. Totally check out that video, yeah.
Yes.
So that's everything. I think you guys all know how to upgrade weapons, you know, at weapons manager stations.
Yeah.
On all servers. It's basically you hold a gun, it'll show up, you just click the upgrades, and that's all good. Is that everything now? Let me think. Give me a second to think. Oh, how to use the micro. That's something that a lot of people don't know, actually. It's so sad. I watched Piper fail and die to this. So, let me show you something. So, when you have a micro HD, you have to press and hold to charge it up, and look how long of a charge it is. It has a long arse charge, like a really long charge, and then it starts using it.
Yes.
Now, to stop using it, you can either let go, or press right-click and hold on right-click. That makes it stop shooting, but actually not stop, like, the charge. So if I charge it up right now, for example, like this, and I press on right-click, see, look, it's holding it. It loses power, but not as fast. I can hold it and not shoot it right away and wait, like if I'm opening a door right now, and then start zapping the SCP, and see there's, like, next to no launch time. Another important thing is when you're running with the micro, it zaps downwards. So when you're running at an SCP, it's best to actually jump around them a little. It's also easier to dodge them that way. You kind of don't want to run in a straight line. Great ways to kill them is when it's, like, downstairs and stuff, because the micro aims slightly downwards, it'll aim down the stairs and stuff. Or, for example, if you don't want to sprint at all in an SCP and they're pretty close range, just literally walking is actually better, because walking will keep it more stable than if you're sprinting. Alright, should we give people micros to try the right-click thing? So basically, you left-click to charge it up, and then press and hold on right-click. Hold right-click, okay, guys? Make sure you hold it to keep it from zapping. I'll give everyone a micro now, okay? Alright, there we go. Everyone has a micro now. Alright. Charge it, and don't let it loose. Make sure, right-click it, and press and hold on right-click to stop it from zapping. I believe in you guys. You got this. Oh, this is supercharging. Alright, right-click to stop it, and press and hold the right-click. Press and hold the right-click. Come on, Jakeweed. Press and hold the right-click. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, I think you guys learned how to do it. That's perfect.
Pain.
Hello. Alright. What would you like to say to, like, the couple thousand people watching this video?
Subscribe or I'll eat you. And hit the like button. Don't forget to also hit the notification button or I'll also eat you.
Why, thank you. That is a spectacular outro. Thank you very much. Goodbye.